The goal of the brief was to use short-form social video to make a series of 4 15-second videos that embody independence and one 30-second video that explains the context. I researched Dazed, the company who created the brief, and pinpointed their target audience. I came to the conclusion that Dazed has a brand identity inherently linked to youth and counterculture. Viewers are 71% 18 to 35-year-olds, and viewers are 250 times more likely to be interested in luxury fashion brands than the regular person. As well as researched previous winners of the D&D design brief, which led me to James Woods, who was pivotal when coming up with the overall structure of my video series. I started to plan by taking a blank Word document and jotting down ideas, quotes and anything I felt I wanted to remember in reference to the brief. I separated the brief into 4 sections, as there would be 4 videos. I then started coming up with short sentences that I thought represented or encapsulated independence to me personally, one for each section. I followed on by thinking of short visual stories that would represent these sentences, the idea being the videos must be 15 seconds long, so 3 5-second clips for each was most sensible and manageable, and any necessary alterations or tweaks to this format could be made later. I decided that for my 5th, 30-second video I would use Wood's idea of compiling the shots from the previous videos, with a voiceover that reads the 4 sentences I came up with that independence means to me, as this would give context to the videos but wouldn't feel like a different entity. As this was a video-based brief, I did not spend a lot of time sketching, as it did not help me progress towards a finished project, as when it comes to filming, the opportunities one would be presented could be entirely different to the plan and you just have to be adaptive. However, at this point I did make a simple set of thumbnail sketches relating to the sections of the storyboard that were the most concrete at the time of creation, to help me piece it together in my head better. I created a simple mind map about the company of Dazed, as this is a good way to visualize information in a way that's easy to come back to later. I also made a mind map about the concept of independence for the same reason. Around the same time I made a mood board to help get a sense of what the project would feel like. Later down the line I created 2 more versions as the visuals of my project evolved. Most of the time before filming and editing was spent rewriting sections, the script and storyboard. The biggest change was rewriting the narration sentences, as they are the backbone of the project. Once I was happy with these, finding the accompanying clips would be fairly straightforward. I changed the 4th video as I felt that it did not represent the sentence it was supposed to go along with, and that it could be hard to shoot. I think the restriction and permission is better shown by someone being on the ocean. I also changed the 3rd sentence for a similar reason. I wanted my video to have an old VHS effect to it, as though it was recorded on an old camera, as I wanted my video to have a nostalgic feeling. First, 3 copies were made of each clip, and each was set to a different color that makes up a pixel, RGB, by using the color balance, RGB, effect, with the blend mode linear dodge, add. The position of the top and bottom clip were moved slightly to the left and right respectively. These effects come together to mean that the RGB spectrum was equal again as it would be without editing, but because of the movement it looks distorted and out of alignment, like it was recorded on an old device. Next, an adjustment layer was added so that the wave warp effect could be added to all 3 copies of the clip at the same time. The wave width was changed to 1000 and direction to 0, which meant that there was only one wave across the entire screen, adding another visual glitch / tear to sell the effect further. However, this was far too fast, so I tweaked the wave speed, eventually settling on -0.1. The other major effect is a transition, created with 2 adjustment layers. The first used transform to alternate the opacity between 0 and 100. The other used drastic increase and decrease of wave height and width to create the glitch effect.
It's overlooking your hometown. It's the clearness of mind when you first leave home with no intention of returning. It's the process of figuring out what you live for. It's being you without restriction or permission.